Okay. Well, let's wrap it up with Denver, Minnesota, 21-20 for Denver, which was a surprisingly entertaining game. I am happy Denver pulled it out because I like the Lions as well as the Saints, and fuck Minnesota. Russell Wilson, 259 and 1. Josh Dobbs, 222, 1 and 1. I think this is where we start to see Dobbs taper off. So what does he have? 27, 20, 27, then nothing, garbage, garbage, garbage. So it's 28, 28, 27. This is where I think we start. I said I thought it would last a little longer. I thought he would get to the fantasy playoffs before dropping a dud because of these Chicago and Vegas are good matchups. But I don't know. I think we could see his usual boom or bust where he starts to taper off. Ty Chandler, 10 for 73 and 4 for 37. Alexander Madison had 18 for 81, and I listened to part of this or watched part of this game. I had to listen to them talk up how they finally started to see what everyone in Minnesota is seeing and how great Alexander Madison is. And I was wondering if they were watching the same broadcast because Alexander Madison's dog shit. Samaje Perine had 7 catches for 60. Javonte had 11 carries for 37 yards. Neither of them were great. McLaughlin pretty much useless. He had 5 catches. A lot of receptions going to not Javonte Williams because they couldn't get anything going on the ground. The receivers were all ugly except for Sutton, basically. He had 4 for 66 and a touchdown. Judy has 5 for 58. Mims 2 for 12. He's only usable if in leagues where you count return yards. Jordan Addison had 3 for 44. Powell 3 for 32. Osborne 1 for 7. Not a lot to see here. Tight ends, it was Josh Oliver, not TJ Hawkinson. Why they both had 4 catches, I don't know. 1 touchdown for Oliver was the difference. Troutman had 2 for 33. He sucked. Will Lutz was my other hit. Actually, I think I had these two. And Greg Joseph barely squeaked through because my cutoff line is 8 points, so he got exactly through. Lutz had 17. The Denver defense was good. The Minnesota defense doesn't exist. What are your thoughts to wrap this one up?
So Russell targeted the running backs at a 28% target rate. Like, that's absurd. That's basically like he's playing with Eckler back there. So yeah, I don't know what was up with that as a game plan, but yeah. It took a while for Sutton to come through. He finally did where he made 2 just insane catches on that final drive to win the game for them. So yeah, that connection between them's real. Sutton's the best wide receiver they have. Like, I know people like Judy, but honestly, I'm not really interested in Judy. The Javonte thing is odd because people were hyping him up, and I was a little skeptical. And then he had this game where he's splitting work and splitting carries, so
they couldn't run the ball.
It's weird. Like, so
they tried to feed him, but they abandoned the run in the second half because they just couldn't run on Minnesota, and I don't know why.
Yeah, then they brought McLaughlin and Perine for all those attempts. It's just strange. But yeah, you don't really want a tight end outside of Hawkinson, like Oliver and Troutman. No, thank you. Hawkinson took a while to get going. Oliver caught that 1 touchdown early on, but then Hawkinson finally got going. It's just a little tougher with Dobbs, right, for these pass catchers, right? Without Justin Jefferson, it's forcing Addison to be a role he's not like really capable to be a true wide receiver 1X in an offense. So like it makes it harder on him. So we need Jefferson back, and then they both can kind of cook together. And yeah, I think Ty Chandler's just a better running back, like you're saying. So I'd much rather have Chandler. But like Dobbs, he's going to give you fantasy points. It is what it is because he rushes and he had more points than Russ, so I'll take it. It's just
he's not 21 yards on the ground.
Yeah, this is what it is. Like, and if he gets a touchdown, he made a couple boneheaded plays. He had a chance to win the game for them. He gave him a shot. So it's just he's better than the other option like Nick Mullins or whoever else is there.
Yeah, I guess he's probably like QB8 right now based on just how many backups are starting.
Yeah,
there's only 7 healthy starters, so I guess he's a top 10. But
it's strange. It's a strange year.
All right, well, that wraps that up. Check back with us. We have a weird schedule this week. So tomorrow, Tuesday, we will be live at noon, I believe, for me and you in the waiver wire. Wednesday, we're going to try and do during the day. We don't normally record. We don't normally record or go live Wednesday, but we are going to somewhere or between lunch and dinner because we got to get the previews out for the Thanksgiving games early. So catch us. Look for my tweet sometime during the day tomorrow or Wednesday. We're going to get out a show on Wednesday to preview the Thursday games, and then we'll be back for our usual times Thursday, Friday for the game previews. For Aaron and Jesse, thank you for tuning in to the Mad Science Lab podcast. Take care, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow with the Waiver Show.